All right, we should be live. Hello, everybody. This is Bodrum along with Simiad and Nearwald for another Sunday ACFL. We're doing a Hellhounds only cast today, so only Hellhounds positive messages will be sent.
Because hellhounds are the best.
We are the best.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm not doing that. So, just to prep, we have two matches today as normal. I believe it is Goliath versus Hydra. And after that, I believe the second match will be KCS versus the Brute Squad. And obviously, we're still at the point where all the matchups are new. So these are four teams that have not faced each other in these matchups before. So should be lots of fun. We are 8 minutes out, and I think Nearwald had mentioned...
There's 3 for Hydra on right now.
Now, Renthos, who is a Invoker, might also be on, but he hasn't been used recently, so I'm not sure.
I'm wondering if the time change screwed anybody over.
You know, I had that exact same thought. Daylight savings time has happened in a majority of U.S. states. So, curious if
There is a swashbuckler on that could be Kid hiding behind his mask.
Could be. Now, the Goliath, on the other hand, I'm only seeing 3 of them, but I don't have the text up.
They have Ferg, Vizath, Terces, Nazarin, and Zoodlem.
Yep. Well, we should know the lineups probably a couple minutes before the last minute there. Right now, it's not looking good for Hydra. Even if they do have 4 on, it seems like they might be a tad overpowered by what is currently the GG squad.
Yeah. I mean, Ferg is a beast and a half if there ever was one.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely going to cause problems for him. Unless Perrin can keep him choked, who knows?
Perrin does like to brag to me about how he is the choker I get most frustrated with, and it's probably true. He does choke quite a lot. So it'll be interesting how that plays out. And yeah, when I was analyzing the Hellhounds GG match, Ferg had a lot of good survivability. He just played his healing really well, unfortunately for us. But it was a good fight.
It was a very nail biter. Looked like we were going to be able to come back, but sad that we didn't.
And sadly, I don't think we're going to see them lose today either.
Have they played the Stars?
Sorry, Simiad, what was that?
I said all in due time. They're going to lose eventually.
We hope so.
Yes, they will.
And you, Nearwald, you had a question about the Stars?
Yeah, not Stars, but have they faced KCS yet?
They have not. That is going to be their next match. I don't know if it's Tuesday or Thursday, but after this, GG will have fought every team except KCS. Same with KCS. They will have fought every team except GG. And that matchup is going to be great. I think, it's obviously completely accidental that they're the last pair. That matchup is the last of 5 for them. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Someone's perfect record's going to get ruined, assuming it doesn't get ruined today.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bet on that one. I mean, my old KCS boys, they're good, but GG is bringing the heat this season.
Now, more of Hydra has shown up, so I think we're going to get a much more interesting matchup now. Azuri, right? That's how you guys say it?
Azeri,
Azeri?
Azuri.
I'm going to go with the Zeri. I like that. He is logged on, which is huge. He was not with Hydra for the first few matches. He was in their last one. It was great seeing him in there. Scatalis has shown up as well. So Hydra does have the possibility for a very scary lineup right now. GG also does. Notably, I am not seeing Sabian yet, which is one of their go-tos. Oh, well, there he is now. So it looks like GG will also have their lineup to pull from.
Yeah, they're cutting it kind of close, aren't they?
They are. Usually lineups are asked for a few minutes in advance. This is a little tight, but the M's are probably being quite generous. Sounds like it looks like they're giving them toward the last minute here. All right, that'll be my last advertisement for a second. Yeah, you should be hearing something. I believe some people are hearing us and some might not be. Someone responded to my "as Harry" comment. Oh, good. People hear me. I think Twitch might. I think sometimes for me it mutes by default, so you might have Twitch muted. All right, teams are up. What do you guys want to talk about the lineups first?
Geez, it looks like they're bringing in Nazarene to help counter some of their hitter strength.
Yeah, that is possibly what they're doing. I mean, obviously it could be one of many things. I have a sneaking suspicion that Duxidum, how did you say it again? Zudum. I'll go with Zudum. That sounds nice. I have a feeling he might want to, may have just taken himself out just for the purpose of letting others on his team play, see how they're doing. I don't think I would see a scenario against this lineup where he simply thinks he's not useful enough. So I think they possibly may have downgraded their optimal lineup a little bit just to give people more play time.
That is a strong possibility as well.
There's a little bit of a fight going on in OOC. Hopefully it will calm down. As far as predictions go, I don't think the 5-minute timer has started yet, unless I missed it. It's a tough call. I think with Zudum off the lineup, and again, I might be misinterpreting. Maybe he's unable to fight today. But with that change, I think it puts Goliath in serious risk. So yeah, I was going to see this as a one-way thing, but it just messes with the dynamic. Zudum is obviously one of the experienced players, and also he just having an invoker in there, whether it be him or not, tends to cause a lot of disruption for Hydra. Hydra is a very tanky team, so I've always found that anything that does damage really quickly with either chain or cone could really mess with them. That not being in play now, Hydra has a legitimate chance. Their team is always tanky just because of their roster. And I don't know if Goliath is going to be able to outdo that. So this could be super interesting. I'll admit I was not super excited for this match beforehand. I just thought it was going to be a little one-sided, but this lineup, I would say, brings it to a fairly even ground. If I may be so bold.
Yeah, I think this goes to Hydra myself.
I don't know. I'm still kind of leaning towards Goliath. I mean, if they can get Nazarene to tank Perrin and Azeri, then Ferg will be straight up being able to stay in offensive and just wrecks Citalis, who doesn't have any skins, it looks like.
Oh, that would be fascinating. Yeah, I mean, these are going to be two hitter-heavy teams, just basically butting heads. So that means the rounds are going to be super long. Luckily, I have a lot of gags in place, but we're going to get some really long hitter rounds in here. It's going to be fun. I mean, there's not a single acid blast on this lineup unless Nazarene uses it.
Nazarene, I think if Citalis has the full spell group, I think he might have acid.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suspect we will not see it unless someone's just doing it because I said so. I mean, it's just really interesting to look at these two teams. Both of them have a Scald. Both of them have an Assassin. Terces is a Paladin, while Rekla is a Shadow Knight. And then the fourth oddity would be Nazarene, who is a Blade Singer, versus Perrin, who is an Armsman.
I think there's a chance we're just going to see a lot of double choke here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fascinating.
Is Nazarene light sleeper? Does anyone know?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't remember him saying anything like that when we were both on KCS way back when.
So Grendel has graciously offered to cast with me. In case he is listening, I am not using Skype, so that's why I can't just bring you in super fast. And Harley has asked if we could re-roll call to say who's on here. This is Bodrum. That's who I am. And I have two of my Hellhounds teammates with me. Feel free to introduce yourselves real quick.
I'm Alex, also known as Simiad.
I'm Jacob. I am near wild.
Near Wild.
Near
Really?
wild.
I thought it was always Nearwold.
No,
Guess that doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to throw that out there. Everyone's been saying it wrong, so now you can correct yourselves. No.
I have to say, this is the hardest part about casting, is getting these names right.
I actually I get peeved when I hear people call me Simiad. It's Simiud.
There, you have it straight from the horse's mouth. So, Rekla, next time you're casting, now you know it.
You know, I hate being quiet. I just don't know what else to say. I think this is going to be a fascinating matchup. I mean, really, I'm just trying to think of, whatever small tidbits of info that I find interesting here. Obviously, most teams are, there's a lot of evil alignments going on both teams. A little unsure which one has the better mashup. I guess Goliath is only half one alignment.
Well, I believe, obviously, Sabian and Terces are good. Ferg's evil. I believe Nazarene's neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And Rekla and Azeri are definitely evil. But I believe Citalis is neutral as well.
Nope. Yeah, that makes sense. So actually, both these teams are doing well with their lineup mix. If you can only get two of one alignment, that's the best you could do.
Yeah, I think I would actually roll the dice and protect against Perrin and Citalis in this. Better to protect against two hitters than just Azeri.
Can't disagree. For anyone watching on the cast, I am prompt off and asleep, so hopefully it'll be a clean feed from the match.
All right, and here we go.
Curious to see who's going to go offense first. I suppose GG will.
And both chokers are raked.
Oh, that is a good call. I did not notice that. A lot of damage going around. Ooh. Ferg is taking a lot, so he's obviously being targeted from Hydra, or at the very least got people were aiming for him to not get choked.
Looks like that Rekla is using Freezing Bite against Ferg, which, yeah, he's hitting 4 times, but not very much damage going out from Rekla on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, Ferg and Skitalis are both taking a lot of damage. Skitalis seems to be dropping fast. He really needs to flee.
Oh, that circle's going to do
There
it.
was no Viper Bite there, so I'm not sure why it's taking so long.
Yeah, Satalis has no skins of any kind, so he's taking full-on damage from Nazarene. And it looks like Tursus is down in yellow.
I mean, this is a pure brawl. Like, when we have these hitter brawls on our matches, I have to do a lot of analysis after the fact just to understand what's been happening. Because I feel like in the midst of it, I can't figure it out. Ferg is not armed, and it looked like he initiated combat. So he may have not noticed it at the time. Or
Actually, it was Nazarene went to perforate Azeri and missed it.
Good catch. Nazarene got a repo on Azeri. I mean, this is super interesting. Obviously, Ferg took a lot of damage. Skitalis took a lot of damage. It looks like they're both running around healing up. It actually looks like Ferg is already back in white and Skitalis is already back in yellow. No one has picked up the flag yet.
Sabian strangled.
We got Ferg switching out of mana gear. I have mad respect for any assassins with mana gear. I also agree that every character should be played like a priest. Nazarene is choked. Now, Nazarene being choked, even though it's theoretically only another 20 seconds, this is huge. This gives...
Yeah, because he is poisoned, so there goes the light sleeper Ethereum out the window.
But this is giving the opportunity for Hydra to gang up a little bit. They just did on Ferg, got a good round in. Right now there's a lot of running around. It does not look like either team is trying to pick up the flag yet, though Rekla is in the red flag room, which is his flag room. So right now, no one is going for a pickup. Both teams are actually still relatively healthy. The amount of damage that's gone out, while is a lot, is enough for both teams to handle right now. Skitalis is in white again as well. So this is actually, as I said, without Zudum in there, this is kind of like a tank team hitting heads with another tank team.
Yeah, it's kind of boggling. I mean, they're just coming in, clashing, running away, healing, coming in, back in to clash again. It's kind of it's very nail biting.
Yeah.
On this.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of tactics Oh, looks like someone might be going for a flag.
And Sabian is choked by Perrin.
So right now, the GG team is in Hydra's flag room, and that is where this fight is happening. The brawl has begun again. There are a lot of tactics involving picking up the flag, but, you know, in general, it's a disadvantage, so it makes sense why both teams were kind of hesitant to go for it. But right now, GG is the team on the offensive. Hydra's defending the flag. Got disarms going out. I mean, matches like these are... I just see it's so interesting how much damage all these guys do. Comparatively, especially.
Ouch. That was a good backstab from Ferg. Rekla is now in the red.
Ferg threw a flash in the red flag room. I think it didn't hit anyone because no one is there. It looks like Hydra is at the blue goal line, but they're not in the flag room just now. However, GG is in the red flag room. They might be going for a pickup. So to clarify, right now both teams are on the opposite side of the field. GG is in the enemy flag room. Hydra is not in the flag room, they're just at the goal line. But no one's picking up.
I'd say maybe Nazarin should be the one to pick up the flag. He's got the best defenses against the Hydra team. And I would say that either Rekla or Azeri should be the flag carrier for Hydra.
Sure. Hydra is actually not going for the flag and going right back to their flag room. So it looks like they're going to have another brawl. The tick has just hit. I don't know if they were possibly waiting for someone to get unblind.
And it looks like everyone is
Everyone's
back
at white
in white.
again. Yeah.
The amount of healing on these two teams is just mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as flag pickup, I see Terces as possibly being the prime flag pickup person. Rekla is in the red. I didn't even see him take damage that fast.
Yeah, he got some big backstabs from Ferg.
Right now, damage output is about even. We had a round right there with just Perrin taking damage. Potions are exploding everywhere. With both teams having an assassin, it does not look like there's a whole lot of focus fire going anywhere. It just seems like people are doing damage where they can do it. Terces picks up the flag first. Right now, Hydra is on the blue side, which is the enemy side, but they are not in the flag room, so it does not look like they're going for a pickup. They're going to try and take advantage of GG now having someone who can't flee, so that's something.
Ferg misses a strangle on Azeri.
Ferg being back in white again is blowing my mind.
I mean, he's just one of many. All of these guys have been in... I mean, Scatalis has been in red. Rekla's been in red. Rekla's back in white too.
Yeah, Rekla's been in red multiple times. And it's just kind of like, let me hit a reset button and get all my hit points back.
Oh, Terces is not... well, there he goes into the yellow. I was going to say he's not taking a lot of damage. Terces is disarmed.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh, ow. Whoa.
Ow.
Ouch. All right, GG is taking a small punishment. Terces got rescued, so he moved forward. That's probably really good. He was getting beat up on without a weapon, and everyone's probably blind, so chasing him will be tough. Damage is flying around.
It looks like Reckless back in the red, and I don't know. He might be the first one to fall.
I mean, this is a tough situation. It looks like the team is doing fine without, like, right now, Terces is running. And it looks like the team is doing well without him. GG seems to be slightly overpowering the enemy right now. Yeah, so far these rounds, the past 5 rounds or so, have been pretty favored for GG. Terces is at the 40.
And he switched out of all of his mana gear.
Nazarin is choked. However, I believe he wakes up right now. Nope. Looks like someone got his poison. Nope, there it is. Sorry. My tick timer is off without my prompt. My bad.
Cytalis took a fair amount of damage in the past couple rounds. That's pretty brutal.
Terces is rescued. They are about to capture the first flag. Nazarin is getting caught unsanked, though. Quaffs a potion there. First capture is done. GG is now 1-0. Perrin is raked, which is a huge hit right now to Hydra. Right now, it's just, I mean, this is unfortunate that basically GG seems to be out healing Hydra. That was kind of Hydra's thing. Just having such a tanky team. I think obviously what needs to happen right now is Hydra needs to regroup, go back on the offensive. Might be tough with some of their guys blind. Ferg is disarmed and getting hit.
It looks like they're focusing Azeri to try to get him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of damage and healing both of these teams can put out is problematic for us Hellhounds.
Sure. Acid Blast. The Acid Blasts are happening. I know it happened a few rounds ago, but yeah. Right now, everyone is fighting in Hydra's flag room. So Hydra is fighting off Oh, Perrin is getting beat up that round. He has wimpied.
And which put everyone on Cytalis, who wimpied out as well.
Yeah, right now, Hydra is having a very bad time. GG has not picked up the flag, being either blind or playing it safe. A tick has just happened. Perrin has choked Sabian. Scatalis was also going to choke Sabian. Does not look like any AoE is hitting him, so that's a plus for Hydra.
Azeri is disarmed, but I don't... yeah, he got hit with a flash blind.
Oh, this is nail-biting right now. I mean, no one's got the flag, but, I mean, one of the teams is looking to take the field right now, and I don't know where it's going to go.
Rekla tried to charge Nazarin, and Repo just...
Ooh, yeah, and Rekla has also just wimpied. We have a lot of guys in wimpy range right now.
And Nazarin is destroying Azeri with those humming vibration disarms.
Azeri is dead. A big hit for Hydra. Rekla's dead.
Yeah, they're down, but Cytalis is gonna... If I was Cytalis, I would try to suicide on this. Keep him blind as long as possible.
Well, he has indeed died. He did throw... He basically went 2 flashes. I think it just kept flashing until he died. It looks like 3 flashes. However, this is, while I am a huge fan of suiciding in general, in ACFL, sorry, that was an inappropriate statement, this is not going to work. GG is going to capture the flag twice. Basically, Ghost Timer gives you enough time for 2 caps. Perrin is the only one who can slow them down right now. And he is unconscious.
if I was Ferg, I'd just sit on Perrin and keep him choked the entire time.
Mm-hmm. It's really sad. I was really hoping to break GG's win streak, but I think GG's got it here.
Told you, leaning towards GG.
Yep, yeah, no disagreement.
I'm
And
always wrong.
it was a much more competitive fight, I think. I really like the lineups we saw. I think it was a very competitive fight. I do apologize if I'm calling the match a bit early, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get a quick 3-0 here from this point.
And I really do believe that having Nazarene out there to counter the hitters was a strong decision made by Zoodham. And I think that really made the match.
I can't argue with the results. Grumpf was hoping to not see a 3-0 win. Obviously, I was hoping for that too. But it was a nail biter. I mean, we had a good, I think, 10 minutes there. We're about 20 minutes from 3. Match probably started about 8 minutes in or so. Perrin is choked again. He was running around with stoning potions, trying to slow things down, but there's only so much one person can do.
And Sabian has the flag, and he will be running with it.
Mm-hmm. Because I have no prompt, I don't have a working tick timer right now, but I doubt Azeri is going to be... I'm expecting the match will be over before he is unghosted. I do not think that there is an option here.
Unless Perrin can get a choke off or two,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's done.
Right. Perrin was just dirt blinded. I mean, there's only so much you could do when you're 1 against 5 other hitters who have skill blinds. Sabian is at the 40 red. Now he's at the 30 blue. I missed a room. Sabian is at the 10 blue.
And there goes Perrin. There are no opposing teammates. And I think this match is called.
Yep. Every Hydra member is currently dead. Sabian is... That was weird.
Oh, Rekla is out.
Yeah.
So is Azeri. And too little, too late, though.
There it was. And there was a weird, there was a moment there where nothing happened. Marvelously fought.
That was props to both teams. And I think if Hydra had been able to put out just a little bit more damage, maybe not use a Hemscone against Ferg, I think that might have turned the tide.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect there's going to be a lot of... I mean, with a fight that brutal and just, melee intensive, it's probably a lot of micro that could have happened to try and help overcome the other team. But it was a tough fight. All right, we got probably a minute or two. Let me get to the next arena. Simiad, we haven't heard much from you.
I'm not a big talker, guys.
Not a big talker. Well, that is all right. So where do I need to go right now?
Also, my predictions are always wrong, so, there's that.
Well, I know that feeling. I believe we're fighting at KCS, so we are going to the Vermanashia arena. Directions are from Arcane Recall. I don't understand these directions.
hold on. I haven't been there in a few, so I believe it's right inside the south gate, east, east, north, northeast.
Oh, stop, Grumph. I'm going to follow him. Where is my light? This is what happens when you don't play a character for a while. Thank you, Near Wild. And thank you guys for the directions.
There you go.
Thanks kindly. All right, flag score is still not up. This is KCS versus Brutes. Oh, check stars is not the right thing. All right, looking at the Brute squad, Fumero is on again. Oh, no, this is Sunday. Fumero was also there on Thursday. So for the Brutes, we have Grushig, Arodict, Fumero, and Tarrant right now. Omnigodden is probably on as well, who is an Invoker.
Yeah, is on for sure.
And they are fighting KCS, who has their entire roster minus Slan, I think.
Yeah, Slan is the only one not here today.
Lineups are not up yet. As far as what we should expect out of Brutes is a tough call. They have to bench one of the 5 people they have on. I suspect it'll be the Runesmith, but depends on probably how Grushig feels against this team.
I'm only counting 4 for Brutes. Oh yeah, Omgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would take Tarrant out, and for castering, it would be Omgotten for me.
But you know, they could go for trying to land on Grendel. I don't necessarily think that's a good strategy, but it might be possible. Maybe they go with the mindset that there's not much Grushig can do against the troll.
In any other team, especially us, I would say it would be worth the risk putting Tarrant and Omgotten in. That's a buttload of damage between those two.
Mm-hmm. But as I think we've noted over the past few seasons, since we seem to have one Runesmith lying around, usually an ACFL at a time, they do really well at the beginning of fights. Hellhounds fought Tarrant earlier this season. I think just, you know, as a class, they struggle after that initial engagement. I think their mana costs are high, and there's not much they could do once that's over.
Yeah, and if they there's a chance for their own weapon to blow up if they're trying to use their blowy uppy disarm on somebody.
Right.
Blowy uppy disarm. That's cute.
And if I remember correctly, runesmiths can't cast anything if they're disarmed.
That is
They
correct.
can't cast rune spells. They can cast general spells. Same as an elf.
Got it.
But that also knocks out their parry. So they
Sure.
pass.
The lineups are up, assuming there's no home field change coming up. Tyrant, the runesmith, is indeed the one being left out for Brutes. So we have Grushig, Ardict, Fumero, and Omnigon. For Card Sharks, we have Grendel, Marilith, Tercel, and Iaki. I'm not sure if I've seen Iaki this season yet. He is a Hobgoblin Shukenja.
Definitely worth the Spirit of Protection for those few rounds to negate Omgon.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would actually hold off on using Cone, maybe fire one, so that Iaki does use that, and work on maledictions, because those do go through Spirit of Protection.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Very curious to see how this plays out. Unfortunately, Brutes does not have a win yet, and Card Sharks is also on a 3-0 winning streak, similar to GG from the last match. So I think the general consensus will be Card Sharks have the odds here.
For as much as I'd like to see Hellhounds in the finals, I do believe it will be GG and KCS in that. I know it's far off, but that's what I'm feeling.
I'm sorry, I was advertising. Give me that prediction one more time.
With for as much as I'd like Hellhounds to be in the finals, I believe that it's going to come down to GG and KCS.
Yeah, I can't disagree at all. Us Hellhounds have already faced both those teams, so we are part of their lossless streaks. Those were tough fights. Hey, Grump, he said we weren't going to make finals. I don't think he said we were going to make playoffs.
No, playoffs will be there. We just won't be in finals.
Yeah, sure. We'll be there, guys. Don't worry. And yep, Aro is an assassin. As an FYI, he is incorrect on their roster website.
Do we have a comparison of Fumero and Grendel's damage output?
In theory, it'd be tough to do, just obviously when the fights go differently, the numbers are different. In theory, I could figure that out, but unfortunately, I don't have that at my fingertips.
I believe that Grendel has the edge on Fumero. It's a little bit better played, I believe, and he's had plenty of time for his own gearing, and couple that with Marcus's ability to gear his team.
Yep.
It's
yeah. Keep going. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're fine. Just saying that, Grendel's got the best. So
yeah, I mean, from my perspective, just trying to measure them up against each other in past matches, Grendel is obviously on a 3-game winning streak, while Fumero, at the very least, his team is on a losing streak. So obviously that kind of makes it hard to. Grendel's team, KCS, is a very powerful team. So even without Grendel, he gets to stay in the back sometimes and just deal damage. But Brutes tend to have to be on the defensive. So Probably makes things a lot harder for Fumero as well when he is in there. Ooh, Grumph had a good idea. Let's put the trolls together in AGL, see what happens. They're both in AGL. Let's see.
That would be like watching two elephants just run into each other.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, Fumero, everyone kind of treats as a new name. I've seen him play, and I think he plays really well. So my assumption is he's been around this stuff for a while. So I'm not overly concerned. Obviously, his experience with a Troll Barbarian in ACFL is shorter. If obviously being only over a few matches. Yeah, probably top rounds has a huge impact if they were to be matched up. Odds are out, and they're in favor of Card Sharks. I am going to bet on this one. Well, I just want to thank our audience for being here. And we are sponsored by... I don't know, what are we sponsored by, guys? I feel like a salesman with all my spam.
Hey, our arena's in now, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yeah, let's advertise that. Right now, the Hellhounds Arena is up and running in Abaddon. Me personally had never really been to Abaddon until we decided to move our arena there. So it took me a minute to figure out my way around the city. But it is by the theater in Abaddon. Every room is done except my owner's box. But that's mostly my fault.
How can you not design an owner's box?
My owner's box is a treehouse, guys. It's a treehouse.
You know what? You can make it a treehouse made of skeletons and junk.
Indeed. Just fill it with corpses. I never actually roleplayed much regarding like corpse obsession as a necromancer, but I've started doing that lately. Everyone's like, "Do you like corpses?" I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'm just gonna go all in on that. I felt like even with Bodrum, I've always been like, yeah, I'm a necromancer, but it doesn't mean I like corpses. Harley and Grump for giving us fun suggestions regarding who our sponsors might be.
Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Pop-Tarts and Lululemon. What every white girl starter pack should include.
Brought to you by the Card Sharks. Bet today. I'm not funny. I shouldn't try and be funny. I apologize, everybody. Match is starting in just a minute. For those joining us now for the second match, right now it is myself, who is Bodrum. We have Nearwild, yeah, I'm getting this, who is on with me. Simiad's here as well, being a little bit quieter, but also ready to chat.
Simiad.
Okay, match has started. I think obviously we're going to see KCS go offense first. Actually, I guess that's not obvious. Looks like both of them are running around right now. No, I can't tell what's going on. I think the Invoker is going solo right now. Omnigon is running around the arena. Ooh, wow. That was an awesome first round of combat where Grendel and Fumero do almost identical damage to each other.
Looks like Fumero's the target, though.
Yeah, no, Fumero's getting hit hard right now by everyone on the KCS team. He does flee. So I brought this up a lot. I mean, I don't know which team wants to be doing this, but they're fighting in the middle of the arena right now. It's going to make it very hard for blind people to get back into the fight. Omnigon is chaining Merilith in an off room. He is not chaining any allies. Omnigon continues to chain.
But he is now on Grendel as well.
Ooh, Grendel gets a very nice round on Grushig. I think we're all seeing a clear advantage right now to KCS. It looks like they've just slightly overpowered
Orduct
Brutes.
did get that choke off
Yep.
on
Tearsel is choked.
Tearsel.
Arctic, unfortunately, is getting punished for it. Some very nasty rounds. KCS right now is very tight. The Brutes were obviously running around a little bit split up, especially with Omnigon doing chains off to the side. Not that it was a bad move. Tersel is up and changing out of mana gear.
Looks like their cell is light sleeper.
Yeah, I think pretty much the entire team is. Merilith does dip down into red, but so does Orduct. Ordict.
I mean, I think Brutes have put out a lot more damage than I was expecting out of them. But this is not going well. Grendel has cleansed, it seems. I didn't even notice him get blind. That's what I get for not paying attention. Grendel is now dirt blind, though. So Fumero is power swinging. Merilith is getting caught.
I think this is the most that we've seen Merilith being targeted all season.
I apologize for my detects falling. Looks like Merilith was able to get out of there. Ooh, Arctic fails a strangle on Tersel. Tersel misses a roundhouse. Arctic is taking harsh damage. Well, one red and then a blind. My assumption is KCS is going for the flag. KCS is in the flag room. I'm sorry.
Oh, Grush disarmed Grendel. That's
Yeah.
a nice thing to see.
And actually, Brutes are still in their flag room, so Brutes are defending hard right now. I suspect someone's trying to pick up the flag. Likely, well, Merilith was, Merilith. She back in the yellow.
Grendel got dispelled back there.
Omnigon is down. Oh, yeah, that was a
Yes.
spell on Grendel. Of course that was. What am I talking about?
Which I'm actually interested in how much mana I'm gotten.
Burn through. I didn't see many
Yeah.
cones, but this is really fascinating, though. Omnigon died at a great time in the sense that dying before the first flag is even picked up is pretty huge. He will be back before the match is over, no matter what. And it's never bad to have a new healthy Invoker out. It looks like Brutes are trying to heal up. Well, actually, they don't have any heal, so I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they just got blinded and left behind. Fumero power swings Grendel. Grendel misses in return. However, there are a lot more people.
Looks like the stuns are landing on Grendel, preventing him from returning those.
Grendel has hit red. Fumero's still in red. Arctic's taking a lot of damage. I think we're seeing a huge advantage to KCS right now. I would argue that right now they should be trying to go full offense and die, which I think is what they are doing.
Fumero is now on Merilith with Grendel's Flea.
Yep, and that's good. They're trying to slow her down. It is good that they stay on her.
Oh, Fumero hits second win. Nice.
Oh, does he? I would actually argue that might not be the best timing for it.
Merilith is a male, by the way.
Ah, my fault.
He's an elf.
Yeah, he's an elf. Merilith is currently at the
Hey!
30 red. So Merilith is not at the halfway point yet.
It looks like Grendel is on landing those top round power swings before Fumero can get them in.
Yep. Ardict is down, so we have 2 people down now for Brutes. Oh, this is really tough. Merilith had just crossed
Grendel.
onto the blue side. Sorry, Simeon, I think I'm interrupting you.
Oh, no worries. No, Grendel's getting a lot of key rescues right now.
Simeon. Yeah, this is fascinating. Yep, I'll get there. Merilith is choked by Grushig. I don't know how to feel about what's going on right now. It looks like Fumero and Grushig are slowing down the enemy team, but at this point they seem to have lost track of Merilith. So they're mostly just taking damage slowly, which is not the best strategy right now. First flag cap is done. Tiersel is running back, who I believe is still in...
Yeah, Tiersel and
Right.
Iaki are... I don't think they've really taken any damage.
Yeah, I mean, Tersel's been choked a lot, so I guess that's been good for his health. I mean, at this point, obviously, Bruce are at a disadvantage. KCS basically just needs to kill Fumero and Grushig now-ish. At the very least before Omnigon comes out, and basically they will own the field, likely to a 3-0 again. However, they do have a lot of low health on their team, but just as far as what I've been noticing, they have plenty of health to handle Omnigon, who is out, if I'm seeing the correct non-detect.
I think Grushk needs to... actually, since Omnigoten's out, I was going to say that he needs to go down, same tick as Fumero, but if he can stay behind Omnigoten, who knows?
Yeah. Unfortunately for Omnigon, he's getting beat up a little bit by the other team. I think I've actually overestimated the amount of damage KCS has taken. Grendel's actually the only one in the red, and he probably likes it there. Merilith is now in the red. Too. But Tiersel and Yaki were both recently in the white. They're in the yellow right now. Omnigon's taking a lot of damage and dealing a good amount of damage. Yeah, he's getting some very nice chains. I think he's going to die in a second, but he's doing very nice chains. Yep, there he goes.
That's not even an ops toast. Grendel's got quite a bit.
It looks like Omnigoten got holy smited.
Did he really? I thought his damage was looking pretty high.
Maims for Chain Lightning.
You know, a lot of people are running Lightning Dragon skins. You might be right. I'm sorry, guys. I scrolled up. I shouldn't do that. Tersel is choked. Unfortunately, Tersel is not the one with the flag. Merilith has the flag. They are regrouping. Right now, Grendel is last seen in his flag room, so they're obviously avoiding a counter pickup. Never mind, now they're just fighting in the middle of the field.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yep, Aradict is out trying to slow them down. As an assassin, he can do that, but as we discussed on the previous match, he is 1 against 4. It's very easy for 4 people to either choke him or blind him or rescue off of him. So this should be over very shortly, unfortunately. Oh, and he just misses a strangle on Merilith too. It looks like the spit blind misses though. So I think Ardict can still see whether or not he'll be able to land another choke, and that is no longer the case. He has just flashed and fled. They are chasing him. And he's down. Oh, guys, it's another 3-0.
It is. And the problem with KCS is you can't ignore Grindel, but you can't focus Grindel at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would. I don't know if Brutes had much of an opportunity to focus anybody. So, you know, I'm not sure if it's. Basically, it felt like they got a little beat up pretty quick in comparison. I think they were going head to head for some rounds, but I think positioning was probably a big thing. I felt like, just from intuition, so this is not like a high tech analysis here, but it felt like what rooms everybody was in, and that makes sense since Omnigun was going solo, they were just a little disorganized versus KCS, which looked like they knew exactly where they were and why they were there. You did not see a lot of times where Brutes had the opportunity to gang up on a member of KCS, but the opposite happened a few times.
Yeah, and I understand why Omgotten went after Merilith, get rid of their strongest caster and healer, and kite him away from the rest of the others. But it just didn't work out. Grindel came in and was able to aid his teammate.
Agreed. But it was a great match. Just talking to all 4 teams that played tonight, I think everyone did a good job. Both matches were great. I think Brutes put up a really good fight for this one, so props to them. I think they had a good lineup and a good fight. And to our highly engaged audience, Starbucks thanks you for being here.
Yep. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and thank you for letting me co-cast.
Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Hellhounds forever. Woo. Whatever. Yeah. Video will be on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good one.